5 brand mistakes that business owners make while naming their new brand. Number 1, don't create any brand that cannot be recreated from sound. Let's say, for example, Gucci or Versace. Of course, they might be a good name in their own language, but let's say in a conference of 10,000 people, if there is a guy who is saying that Gucci is the best brand that I've ever bought, when they try to Google it, they won't be able to find it because common people don't understand that what's the pronunciation of Gucci. So it's very difficult when you see the name of the brand as Guccii and the pronunciation is Gucci. Of course, it might be right English convention, but it cannot be recreated from the sound. So always choose a brand that can be recreated from the sound. Number 2, the brand names must be memorable. There shouldn't be any confusion if the brand name is memorable or not. Memorable brand names are those brand names which you have already heard upon. Like, even if the brand Apple doesn't exist, you might already have heard of Apple. Again, if there is not any brand name of Jugnu, you might already have heard of Jugnu somehow if you're in India, because that's an Indian brand. Again, there might be different brand names that you need to remember, but they are the brand names that you can relate. So always choose the brand names that you can relate. Number 3, relatable. That leads to the point that whenever you see a brand, you should feel like you already know this brand and you need to check it out. So you always use the brand names that are more relatable to you. One example is Google Pay. Whenever you see Google Pay, you already relate because you already know about Google and you already know about Pay. So that's a similar thing. Even if your company is not Google, you can think of something similar names. Naming brand names that are more than 2 words. Like if there is a brand name that has 3 words, people create their own short conventions. Like Chai Sutta Bar. It's a brand name in India that is famous for its tea, but people have named themselves it as CSB, Chai Sutta Bar, because it's difficult to pronounce. So they choose CSB. That goes in just one swoosh. So now if Chai Sutta Bar want to market themselves, even if the guys have said that CSB is a great brand, and when they see Chai Sutta Bar, they won't be able to relate it. So always choose brand names that are at least 1 or 2 words. That's all. Not for 3 words. Don't go for 4 words, and 5 words is a disaster. So always use brand names that are easy to remember, relatable, memorable, recreated from sound. Number 5, if your brand name deals in a certain product, it is an additional point that if you are able to create a name that relates to your industry. Like if you are a property rental business, if you use a certain word like Amigos Rentals, so people already know that Amigos is a brand name and rentals might be the thing that they're already doing. But again, it's a disadvantage for you as well if you want to switch on to other products or activities into your brand. So you have to stick up to one activity into your brand, then that becomes totally stickable. So it have their own benefits and drawbacks. So try to choose something on the greater category like properties, that is more relatable. Amigo category, Amigo properties, that's more relatable. So similarly, always focus upon these 4-5 points. First thing, they should be recreated from the sound. They should be memorable. They should be relatable. Number 4, they should have maximum 2 words. Number 5, your product name should be included in it. And 5th is totally optional. Thank you.